What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Today I'm going to be doing another monthly haul video for you guys. I'm going to be going over and sharing everything I bought in the month of May. I got a lot of great feedback on the last one of these I did, so I'm going to try to keep doing these every month if I can. And I got a lot of weird random things this month that I definitely want to share. So let's get into it. First things first, I'm not going to be going over all of these out of print Criterion Digipacks that I picked up this month. I did pick them up this month, but I already did an entire video going over these, so check that video out if you haven't. But I will be sharing everything else I picked up last month. This first one is a Twilight Time release that I found at CD Warehouse. Twilight Time is a boutique label that has since gone out of business, and they put out very limited runs of their releases, and so they're all out of print now. I only have one other Twilight Time release. It's the 1950s Dr. Dolittle film, and this one is called Untamed, and it just caught my attention as I was browsing on the shelves. It is a 1955 epic that is touted as a kind of South African Gone with the Wind, and it stars Tyrone Power, who I love. He's in the 1940s Mark of Zorro. He's also in Nightmare Alley. It's got some really nice disc art and a little booklet there with some nice photography on it. And then in there, it's got some artwork that goes behind it. Tags right there. That was $11.99 from CD Warehouse. So I thought that was a pretty good deal for a limited edition Twilight Time release. Let me know in the comments if you've seen that film. Next is another one I got that same day from CD Warehouse, and I know nothing about this film, but the case and the blurb on the back sold me on it. It says at the top, it's Best American Film of 1962 from Time Magazine. This is David and Lisa. This is apparently a romance between two disturbed teenagers who meet at a mental institution, and it stars the lead from 2001: A Space Odyssey right there. And it says here on the front that it was a triple winner at the San Francisco Film Festival and the Venice Film Festival. So I don't know, I've never heard of this one, but it sounds really interesting. It is a Blu-ray. I got that for $13. So let me know if you've heard of that one. I hadn't heard of it, but apparently it was a big deal in 1962. This next one I got from eBay. It is a Disney animated film. It's one of my favorite Disney animated films. I grew up watching this one a bunch, and I wanted to have the original lenticular slipcover that came with the 3D version that I did not have. So this is Chicken Little. Really love this slipcover. I think it looks really good. This includes the 3D Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray, and the DVD. 3-disc set. I don't have a way to watch 3D Blu-rays, but it also includes the regular Blu-ray, and I just really like that slipcover, and I wanted to have it on the shelf. So that's Chicken Little. Next one I also got from eBay. This is another animated film. I got a lot of animated stuff this month. This is one that I've had my eye on for a while. I've been wanting to get my hands on this. I noticed that this film was on the Criterion channel for a good long time, and I never watched it, and then it left. And I was always upset that I never got a chance to watch it. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the director's name. It's Michael Ocelot or Mitchell Ocelot. I think he is French. I haven't seen this film, but I have seen his film called Kirikou and the Sorceress, which is an animated film based on African folklore. He also has another big one called Azur and Asmar, which I think is based on either Indian or Middle Eastern folklore. This one is called Tales of the Night, and it is a vignette film with a lot of fables from all over the world. It says here it's got one from Tibet to medieval Europe to the African plains and even the land of the dead. So a lot of stuff from all over the world. Sounds right up my alley. I'm very excited to check this one out. And the animation sounds fascinating. It's described as silhouetted characters set off against exquisitely detailed backgrounds, bursting with color and kaleidoscopic patterns. So this sounds amazing. It has a really nice G-Kids slipcover that goes perfectly with the Studio Ghibli films, and the front is very holographic. And then you've got your jewel case, and it has 2 discs, a DVD and a Blu-ray. Like I said, I've been looking for this one for a while. It's hard to find with a slipcover. The slipcover went out of print. You can find this on eBay, but I wanted to hold out until I could find a complete version, and the seller was selling it for a good deal. So I'm very happy I found that. Very excited to check that out. Let me know what you think of Tales of the Night, if you've seen it, or any other of the director's films, because he's a pretty renowned animated director, and I need to see more of his stuff. Next up, continuing the animated film theme, I got a couple films from my childhood that I wanted to have in the collection to share with my kids as they get a little bit older. This first one, I grew up watching a lot. I enjoyed this one. This is an early, technically a DreamWorks film, but it was produced by Aardman Studios, who did Chicken Run and all of the Wallace and Gromit films, which are great. This is Flushed Away, which is not a stop motion film. It's actually a CG animated film, but it looks in that same style, and I like this one a lot. You've got Hugh Jackman in the lead role playing a mouse, a British mouse, which is a lot of fun. And there's a lot of Aardman style humor in this one. I've been waiting on this one because it is really hard to find this one with the original slipcover. That was a limited run they did on those DreamWorks films. So I held out, and I think I got it for like super cheap, like 10 bucks or something, 15 bucks. It's got the Blu-ray, and I actually did not come with the DVD. I threw my old DVD in there and put it in a double disc case so I could keep that. But yeah, that is flushed away. I don't feel like I need to say too much about it. Pretty popular film, although I don't hear much about it these days. I don't hear people bring it up as much, and I recommend going back and checking it out. I think it's got some really good dry British humor in it. Next one I got is a much more popular animated film that I didn't grow up with. I didn't see this till I was an adult. I watched it with my kids because both my kids love dinosaurs. This is The Land Before Time, which, again, the theme here is apparently slipcovers. This is a really hard slipcover to get. This slipcover sells for like 40 plus bucks on eBay. I don't know why. I don't know why it's sought after and rare like this, but it's really hard to get. It is a nice slipcover. All the dinosaurs are fully embossed there on the front, as well as the letters in the title up there. I was never going to pay 40 bucks for this, so I've been waiting and waiting. You can just buy this on Amazon for $10, which I was about to do. I was going to just give in and just buy the movie, but I found it on eBay for like under 20 bucks. Someone either didn't know what they had or didn't care, and put the slipcover on there, and it's in really good condition. I like it a lot, and I'm glad I grabbed that because my kids like this movie. We watched it maybe last year sometime for the first time, and then after I bought this, we watched it again, and they still really enjoy it. So Land Before Time, that's a good one. I don't think you need to bother with a bazillion straight-to-DVD sequels, but this one is a pretty good movie. And these last two I actually found at a Barnes & Noble. We went out of town to visit with my wife's family for a week, and I checked out the Barnes & Noble over there, and they had some pretty cool stuff. And I found this movie. This one is Fern Gully, which is an animated film I grew up watching a lot as a kid. I had the VHS tape of this, and I watched it a bunch, and the sequel to this, which I don't think holds up at all, probably. This is the 30th anniversary edition of Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Nice slipcover on this one, which I had never seen before, but I saw this at the Barnes & Noble, and it's actually a Shout Factory Kids release, which I didn't even know that line existed. So I need to look more into that line and see if they have any other cool animated films they put out like this. But yeah, this is Fern Gully. It's a pretty cool fantasy environmental film about with a really cool villain. Hexus is a really cool villain. It's also a musical, which I did not remember. There's some goofy late 90s songs in it, and it also has Robin Williams, who plays a bat. So what more could you ask for? I showed that one to my kids this month as well after I picked it up, and they seem to really enjoy it. So yeah, I got to check out that Shout Factory Kids label and see if there's any more on there that I want to pick up. And then this last one, also from that Barnes & Noble, is a Studio Ghibli film that I really enjoyed when I watched it, but I have never seen this one in the wild, and it is the slipcover edition of My Neighbors the Yamadas. Very funny film, very poignant film about the nature of families, and it really resonated with me when I watched this one, and I like to go back to it, so I'm glad that I own it now on Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo, and it was still sealed, obviously, because I bought it from Barnes & Noble. Don't know why I said that, but yeah, I like this one a lot. It has a very unique style among the Ghibli films. So very happy to have that one in the collection because that one ranks pretty high on the list of Studio Ghibli films that I have seen. Let me know what you think of that one. So that's it. That's the haul. A lot of animated stuff this month. Kind of a weird collection of films, juxtaposition, I guess. I've got a lot of animated stuff outside of the collection and then adding a lot of dark, serious films in the collection. So that's everything I picked up. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on any of the stuff I shared. I always like talking to you guys down there in the chat. Until next time, keep collecting, and I will be back with another video real soon.